Alright, hello everyone and welcome to today's Gems of War video. And in this video I have for you my strategy guide for Grosh-Nak. Grosh-Nak is the home of orcs, fire, and questionable life choices. It's one of the 4 fire kingdoms that provide armor bonuses, and one of only 3 that can currently reach power 30. The good news is that Grosh-Nak is straightforward. Bad news? Has orcs, and lots of them. So let's break down everything you need for power 30. Grosh-Nak currently has 46 troops, so hitting the 39 required for power 30 should be easy. But let's talk about the base mythics, or as orcs call them, big smashy things. At least that's what they probably call them. Krag'Rak Bloodskull deals heavy splash damage to an enemy and then to a random enemy, and gains Enrage and Barrier on 4 or more gem matches. He's a generally strong mythic and a good TPS option in this kingdom. Immortal Ang'Rak deals true damage to 4 random enemies and creates an Enraged gem at the start of his turn, and his spell damage is doubled in the Broken Lands. Now he is PvP exclusive through the Burning Chests, and strictly inferior to Immortal Trogglin in the Broken Lands, which might make you think that you should forget he exists. But in Grosh-Nak or Orc restricted modes, he becomes the best spell DPS troop in Grosh-Nak by a wide margin. So if you play PvP, I recommend you open Epic Burning Chests when he's available, and then get him to a comfortable level. Mythics is one of the 6 evil dragons, and I do not recommend pulling for the set. The evil dragon line leads to Pandemonia, the weakest of the 4 Dragonite reward dragons, and one of the 2 most expensive. Even if you already have the other 3 reward dragons, it's better to save your Dragonite for the inevitable 5th set the developers will add later. And if you don't play PvP, any of the remaining mythics are fine to check the box, but none are as close to Ang'Rak or Bloodskull in usefulness. Now, there are a few additional troops that can never be obtained from the standard chest drop tables. These are both the King of Swords and the 10 of Runes, which are exclusive to the vaults, and the Dripping Caverns troops that are only available through their factions portal. So let's move on to the weapons. The Cursebreaker Axe is not recommended, as your Forge Scrolls are going to be better spent elsewhere. Besides, your orcs would probably just use it as a can opener anyway. The Doomed Codex was once useful on old Guild Wars defense teams. It is now obsolete. The Doomed Wall is better than the Codex, but if you haven't tempered it already, you're better off tempering a Doomed Shield that doesn't mana block Tesla. And Ang'Rak's Edge is only possible to fully temper if you're investing heavily into Immortal Ang'Rak. And of the remaining legendary weapons, the 2 standouts that are going to be available in the Soul Forge are King Chopper and Wallhack. Both of these weapons explode red gems, buff your team, and resummon a troop. Now, Jelly Shot is a fun extra from the Dripping Caverns faction assault. It is not required, and you would need to fully invest in your Dripping Caverns troops for this to be something you might even remotely consider useful. But as long as you have 14 fully upgraded weapons, you're going to be set. Let's go ahead and talk about the Barbarian hero class. And you'll need the Barbarian at champion level 100 for power 20, and that is unfortunately the only reason to use this class. If you insist on running it, it's barely viable as a skull-based front slot hero class. Think of Barbarian as the Orc of hero classes. Loud, angry, and not good at its job. Sometimes you need to lift something heavy, or just do a lot of skull damage. Let's move on to the pets. And we have Weenie Wyvern, which is the Kingdom Boost pet. You'll want to get this one from Pet Rescues. And Starry Weenie Wyvern is the 2nd Kingdom Boost pet, and you get this one from the Epic Trials during Grosh-Nak Week. Ice Jelly is the faction boost pet, and you'll max this automatically by completing the Drifting Caverns. So those are the automatic level 20s that you're going to want. The fourth one that you're going to want is Ogrekin, because this boosts all Orc teams, which is relevant for Grosh-Nak. Now the fifth pet that you unlock at any level can be just about any cosmetic pet. So if you unlock a cosmetic pet, you're fine. Ang'Rak Spore will unlock once Ang'Rak reaches level 6, and that is a perfectly good option as well. Porcules exists, but boosts Centaurs in Southwild PvP, which is a team that no PvP player will ever willingly field. So let's review. Focus on Immortal Ang'Rak and Krag'Rak Bloodskull for your Mythics. Craft and temper King Chopper, Wall Hack, and 12 other weapons of your choice. Level Barbarian to level 100 when you need it for Kingdom Power. And max out Weenie Wyvern, Starry Weenie Wyvern, Ice Jelly, and Ogrekin, and then simply unlock a Cosmetic Pet or Ang'Rak Spore. And of course, remember that Orcs smash first and think later, so you'll need to do the thinking for them. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Subscribe to this channel and or follow me on Twitch if you'd like to see more of my content. And in the comments below, let me know what you think of Grosh-Nak. I'll see you in the next video.